And a man who was at that newsroom in Vegas is ESPN's MMA insider and proud Canadian, Ariel Helwani. Ariel, Conor, he was late, which is usually the case for him. So we kind of saw two separate and very different personalities at the podium. Did Conor miss an opportunity to get into Khabib's head maybe more than he already is?
Well, Dan, I have to be honest. We used to be colleagues. A little hello, how are you? How are things? Congratulations on your new deal. I would then congratulate you guys. Like, what are we getting right? No foreplay here? We're just getting right into things?
Producer
Jeez,
Tim says get right into it.
Yeah, Tim makes us rush through these interviews, Ariel.
My, oh my. Okay, I guess we're going to get right into it. It's all business-like now. Let's forget about those years in LA. Anyhow, look, it was unique. It was very strange. Khabib said yesterday that this press conference was scheduled to start at 3 p.m. Pacific time, and he would be out there at 3 p.m. Pacific time, and he would not wait for Conor McGregor. And guess what? He's a man of his word. He was out there at 3 p.m. Pacific time alone, starting to field some questions, and Dana White comes out, and Conor was nowhere to be found. He came 30 minutes late. The unfortunate part was that by the time Conor showed up, Khabib left, and we never got them going back and forth. We never got them squaring off. And I have to be honest, I felt a little let down. It was fun. It was theater. It was kind of interesting to watch it all unfold. But I feel like it was a bit of a letdown. The people wanted to see them go back and forth, and unfortunately, we didn't get that.
And at the same time, Ariel, when it comes to Khabib, you don't really get a lot of back and forth, right? He's pretty stoic compared to Conor. But the Irish were well represented, as they always are. They travel well. Do you think Khabib felt outnumbered up there somewhat?
Well, look, Khabib, I think, felt at the first press conference in New York, which was not open to the public, that he couldn't really, set the tone and control the narrative. So in this case, I think he thought, all right, I'm just going to come out early and I'm going to hold court. And I actually thought he did a phenomenal job. And look, as you just mentioned, Jay, that, the crowd was very pro-Conor. It was a very partisan Conor crowd. And he was able to actually get in a few zingers of his own in there. I also thought that leaving, before Conor showed up, that was his way of saying, I'm not going to be on your time. Nate Diaz did this sort of thing. I think Khabib did it a little more effectively. He said, I'm not going to wait for you anymore. This thing's supposed to start at 3. You're always late. You need to respect my time. Now, is this a way of Khabib telling us that Conor's a bit under his skin in his head? I mean, I think you can make that assumption. I think you can make that argument, but at the end of the day, I think it's good on Khabib that yesterday he said, I'm showing up at 3 p.m. Pacific. I'll answer questions. If there's nothing else to answer, I'm out of here, and he did just that.
Dan O'Toole here. I've got a two-part question. I want to know how much Conor is making for this fight, and do these two guys actually hate each other, or is it just show?
Okay, so as far as the first question is concerned, Conor has always said that one of his goals was to make 9 figures for a fight. I asked him on Monday on my show, by the way. It's called Ariel Helwani's MMA Show. It's a very clever title. You can get it on iTunes, YouTube, all those places and more. Please do check it out. It's free and available to the world. Okay. He said that he's making halfway to 9 figures. I did not do very well in math when I was a youngster, but I think halfway would be around 50 million. And today at the press conference, he confirmed that if all goes well as far as the pay-per-view is concerned, he would make around 50 million, which is absurd. If you would have told me 5 years ago someone was making 50 million in the UFC for one fight, I would have called you a liar. So this is an amazing feat for Conor. Now, as far as the second part of your question is concerned, I'll tell you a very quick story. In July, Conor was in Brooklyn for his final court hearing, and he stayed in New York a week longer, and I found out where he was staying, and I wanted to talk to Conor. I didn't want an interview. I just wanted to catch up. I hadn't spoken to him in a while, and I waited in the lobby of his hotel for 5 hours in hopes that he would come out at some point. Showed up at around 11:30 p.m. Eastern time. That's how long I waited, and I usually go to bed at 10, so this was way past my bedtime. He finally emerged with a camera crew in tow, and we caught up. We spoke. It was great. At one point, he told the cameraman to shut off the camera, and he said to me, he got really close, open eyes, and said, Ariel, they have no idea what I'm going to do to him. They have no idea what's in store for him. I have never felt this way about an opponent before. They have no clue what is coming their way. And at that point, I was like, holy smokes, this man is for real. Like, he truly despises him. Since then, he has said on multiple occasions, this does not end on October 6th. This does not end on October 7th or 8th or 9th or 10th or in 2019. This will never end. This is deeply personal between the two of them. So if you're out there thinking that this is fake, inauthentic WWE stuff, stop thinking that. This is as real as it gets, to quote a phrase from the UFC.
Tim is just screaming in our ear.
Tim is absolutely furious right now. So Ariel,
how's your hotel room? Is it a nice hotel room?
We'll let you go. Ariel, we love talking to you, my friend. Enjoy the fight. We'll talk to you soon.
Can you see the pool?
Okay. Yes, it's great. Thanks, guys.